All right, what's on the bench? This came out of a film scanner that I recently tore apart, and I thought I would demonstrate something today. So this is a little cold cathode fluorescent tube, and it has phosphor in it, so it has an ultraviolet light inside, and it hits the phosphor, it turns white. Here's a little DC to DC converter, and it's actually a DC to AC converter. So you put 12 volts on it, and it goes wacka wacka, and then it tickles this coil, and you get an AC signal. And so all of the low voltage stuff is happening on this side, and all the high voltage stuff is happening on this side. And there's a little bit of cutout here in the PC board to keep everybody happy. So I've added a couple wires here so I can put on clip leads, but yeah, so the voltage comes out of the transformer up here. One winding of the transformer goes to the tube. The other winding goes through a capacitor to the tube, interestingly enough. Yeah, so let's go ahead and turn it on. I don't know exactly what voltage it was running out in the product, but it seems to fire at 12 volts, so we'll call it was a 12 volt system. Be really, really, really careful around these things when you are playing with them, because it is high voltage. Okay, and you can see that we have this nice white glow. We have these really nice silicone wires here, and nice. Anyway, it looks pretty safe. It has pretty good insulation everywhere. But I still, be super careful around this stuff, and also be super careful about your test equipment. So let's say you want to play with one of these, and you're going to get out your voltmeter, and or your oscilloscope, you want to watch it wacka wacka, and let me show you why that might be not such a good idea. All right, so we're going to use an old school voltmeter, okay? So, and I'll explain to you why I'm using this old school voltmeter. So let me hook up the probes here, all right? And there we go. So I have it into the 6,000 volt input, and it's measuring about 2,300 volts AC. So yeah, 2,300 volts AC is no joke. Okay, so it's a 6,000 full scale, so it's the middle scale. Yeah, we're right there at 23. And let me go ahead and turn this off. Let me then unplug the cold cathode tube, and let me hook it back up. Oops. So under no load, we're getting 5,500, change the camera here. We're getting 5.5 kilovolts, right? 5,500 volts, yeah, 5,500 volts when it's not loaded. So these fluorescent tubes take a high voltage, and then once they start conducting, then they have a quiescent operating voltage where they fire, and this one is around 2,300. So yeah, so if you were poking around with your voltmeter, and let's see here, I've got this super high-end Agilent voltmeter here. I'm going to look at the input, and it's only rated to 1,000 volts. So yeah, you would have destroyed your voltmeter. Not good. So yeah, be careful around your test equipment with high voltage stuff. Make sure you got the right things. You can't get high voltage probes for your voltmeters and things, so they would come in handy for this type of thing, where it's a big divider with a big resistances and stuff. If you've ever seen one, they look something like this. They're for a particular type of voltmeter, and I don't have the correct voltmeter to use this one. It's a voltage divider, and it relies on the divider of the meter that you have for this old school stuff. So this is not usable, right? I can't demo it for you, but it has something like a 360 megohm resistor in it, and it divides it down into a 6K ohm input resistance or something into your meter. I forget how that particular one is designed, but it's for a particular, I'm not sure which meter that was designed for, probably a fluke. But But this one's good to 6,000 volts. It has a range for 6,000 volts. And in this particular case, we're just about maxing it out.